Hey, how we doing, sports bettors? It is Matt Modi here with OddsJam, here to give you some NFL player props to lock in for Monday Night Football tonight. So I hopped on OddsJam. I went to league equals NFL, market equals player props, date range equals today, pulling up the best NFL player props for Monday Night Football tonight. So let's get into it. The first one that I'm going to lock in here, we're looking at Adam Trautman, the tight end for the Saints, to go over 24.5 receiving yards. So this play is at plus 106 at FanDuel. So let's chat about it. Number one, of course, the math is the most important thing behind anything. And the math for this one is pretty good. The no vig odds that OddsJam calculates prices this to be at about pretty much plus 103.5, right? Plus 103.51. So these no vig odds are pulled from the most accurate sports books in the world in terms of pricing odds. So in terms of profitability, the reason why this one is mathematically profitable is because OddsJam back-tested betting opportunities to determine the best sports books at pricing odds, and then uses those sports books to set the market moving forward, which is exactly where you see these no vig odds, and that's exactly what they mean. So basically, if you're just thinking about this, not even from a sports perspective, just from a general math probabilities perspective, the best sports books, the smartest ones, think that, hey, this should actually be priced closer to plus 103, plus 104, right? 103.5. Well, FanDuel is giving this to us at plus 106. That's a higher odds. That is more favorable towards a sports bettor than the no vig odds. That would basically be saying like, hey, all these reputable stock exchanges have Apple stock should be trading at $200 a share, right? Well, on this random stock exchange, you can get them, it's random market, you can get them at $180 per share. That would be a pretty good stock to invest in. And it's the same thing with sports betting, right? Sports betting, funny enough, is actually very similar to the stock market. There's a bunch of different sports books, and they all have a different way of pricing odds. But at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is get 50-50 payout on each side. So no matter who wins or loses, if it goes over or under, or the underdog or the favorite covers, they just want to pay out 50% of the money to each side. So the reason why we see differences between different sports books is because they each have a different way of pricing odds, because they each receive money differently. So in this case, for whatever reason, FanDuel hasn't received as much money on the over as every other book has. So they're making it more they're making it a higher likely, or excuse me, they're making it a better payout for the sports bettor. Sorry. They're giving it a higher payout for the sports bettor because they haven't received as much money for the over. But look at the rest of the sports books. Caesars, minus 121. DraftKings, minus 115. Now you could ignore Underdog because those are daily fantasy sports companies and they have the same implied odds for everything. So ignore Underdog. Betfred, minus 120. BetOnline, minus 110. Pinnacle, minus 103. Every single book has it in the minus money, but FanDuel is giving it to us at plus 106. So this is a clear outlier by FanDuel, which is something that should be, which is something that is profitable over the course of time. So it should be taken advantage of. Yes, you're not going to win every single bet. You're not going to profit every single day. Of course, it is sports betting at the end of the day. But if you're consistently taking advantage of mispriced odds such as this, then you will be profitable in the long run. That's almost a guarantee. So this Adam Trautman one, again, tight end for the Saints, over 24.5 receiving yards. I'd recommend putting just a half unit on this one, $50 for me. For those of you at home, 1 unit equals 1% of your bankroll. So if you're trying to unit size, that's where you can get that from. But the plus 106 on FanDuel, Adam Trautman over 24.5 receiving yards. On FanDuel, it's priced at 25 plus. It's going to be my first betting pick for today. The next one that we're going to lock in here is this Tom Brady under 25.5 passing completions. So this play is at minus 105 at Betfred. The no vig odds that OddsJam calculates has this priced at about, again, minus 105.5, minus 106. I mean, closer to minus 105, but still more favorable than the minus 105 that Betfred is offering. So another profitable play. And look at the other sports books. So two of them are closer, Caesars and DraftKings. And again, we can ignore Monkey Knife Fight and Prize Picks in this case. So two of them are closer, but look at the other three. Minus 130, minus 130, minus 132. Again, no sportsbook is receiving the same amount of money that Betfred is. And for whatever reason, Betfred is receiving more money on the over, less money on the under than every other book. So they're making the under more favorable towards a sports bettor because they're trying to get more people to buy that under. So we'll take advantage. We'll buy this under. The Tom Brady under 25.5 passing completions is my second pick. And then the third and final one is Rashid Shaheed, the tight end for the Bucks, under 1.5 receptions. So the minus 151 odds certainly aren't ideal, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to find value. And what I mean by that, we're trying to find value compared to the rest of the betting markets. So yeah, I'll bet something plus 150, plus 170. I'll also bet something minus 150, minus 170. It's all about the value compared to the rest of the betting market. So in this case, Caesars has it at minus 151. Two books have it 20 cents higher at minus 170. BetOnline has it close to 28 cents higher at minus 179. And then Pinnacle is the most favorable at minus 204. So every book is receiving a ton more money on the under, but Caesars is receiving the least amount of money towards the under compared to every other book. Again, minus 170, minus 179, minus 204. So this minus 151 is still a good price compared to the rest of the sports books. So it is something that I would recommend hitting. So this one, I'd recommend putting a full unit on, 1% of your bankroll on this one. You obviously want to take advantage of the situations where you're getting a bet that is more likely to occur. So that's what this one is going to be. So that's 3 NFL player props for you guys to lock in for tonight. So if you're tailing, comment and let me know. But that's it. So other than that, I would appreciate if you could like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. It helps me out a ton. Other than that, enjoy the game tonight and have a good one.